Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about different type of brakes. First of all, we will discuss about the brake. The brake is a mechanical device by means of which artificial frictional resistance is applied to the moving machine member in order to retard or stop the motion of the machine or vehicle. The material used for the brake lining should have the following characteristics. These are the characteristics. It should have high coefficient of friction. It should have low wear rate. It should have high heat resistance. It should have sufficient mechanical strength, and it should not be affected by the moisture and oil. There are different type of the brakes. Here we can see that these are the three types of the brake: hydraulic brake, mechanical brake, and electrical brake. In this, we will discuss about the mechanical brake because mechanical brakes are in our syllabus. So mechanical brakes are further divided into four, that is block brake, or we can say that the shoe brake. Then second one is bend brake, then bend and block and internal expanding brakes. The block brake or shoe brake is further divided into three: single block brake, pivoted block brake, and double block brake. And bend brake is also divided into two. The first one is simple bend brake and second one is differential bend brake. Now we will discuss about the shoe brake. First one is shoe brake. This is single shoe brake. It consists of the block or shoe which is pressed against the rim of the revolving brake wheel drum. The block is made of softer material than the rim of the wheel. The friction between the block and the wheel causes a tangential braking force to act on the wheel, which retards the rotation of the wheel. These are the terms which is used in the single block brake. Here you can see that if the angle of contact is less than 60 degree, then it may be assumed that the normal pressure between the block and the wheel is uniform. In such cases, tangential force, tangential braking force on the wheel Ft is equals to mu Rn. And the braking torque Tb is equals to Ft into R. So that braking torque Tb equals to mu Rn into R. This is the braking torque. So in this, we have to calculate the normal reaction for solving the numerical problems. So here there are three cases. Case 1, when the line of action of the tangential braking force passes through the fulcrum O of the lever. Here you can see the both the diagrams for clockwise rotation of the drum and anti-clockwise rotation of the drum. This is for clockwise rotation of the drum. You can see here, and the tangential braking force is applied right side, and line of action of this tangential braking force passes through the fulcrum O. This is the fulcrum of the lever. And same here you can see that this is the only the change the direction, that is anti-clockwise. So tangential direction of the tangential braking force is also changed, but line of action of the tangential braking force is same. When this is the braking force, or we can say that this is a effort applied at the end of the lever, that is P, and this is the length of the lever, L. So now we have to calculate the value of Rn, normal reaction. So we have to take taking moment about the fulcrum O. So you can take the moment for the clockwise rotation of the drum. So this is for clockwise rotation of the drum, Rn into perpendicular distance, this is x, and direction is clockwise, and PL into L, direction anti-clockwise. So this is for clockwise rotation of the drum. So Rn is equals to this, the braking torque we can calculate by this formula, mu Rn into R. And for anti-clockwise rotation of the drum, it should be noted that the braking torque For clockwise as well as anti-clockwise rotation of the drum is same. And second case, when the line of action of the tangential braking force passes through the distance small a, this is the distance small a, below the fulcrum, this is the fulcrum O. So here you can see that in this diagram for the clockwise rotation of the drum. So this is the second case, and similarly we have to calculate the value of braking torque. So we have to take the moment about the fulcrum O for clockwise rotation of the drum. This is the moment. This is the equation of moment, and by this equation we will have the value of Rn. So we will substitute the value of Rn in the formula of braking torque. Braking torque equals to Tb is equals to mu Rn into R. So we have the value of braking torque. So ultimate aim of this derivation is to calculate the braking torque. Second, for anti-clockwise rotation of the drum, this is for anti-clockwise rotation of the drum, only the change the value of the ft, direction of the ft. Now taking moment about fulcrum O, and we will have the equation Rn is equals to x. These are the equation by taking the moment Rn into perpendicular distance, P into perpendicular distance, Ft into perpendicular distance, this one is, and along with the direction. So now we will have the value of braking torque. Similarly for case third, when the line of action of the tangential braking force passes through the distance A above the fulcrum. First passing through the fulcrum, second one is below the fulcrum, and third one is above the fulcrum. So now for clockwise rotation of the drum, we have to calculate. We have to take moment about the fulcrum O. So taking moment about fulcrum O, then we have the equation, and now the braking torque Tb is equals to mu in Rn into R. I substitute the value of Rn in this equation, and we will have the braking torque Tb is equals to mu P L R upon x minus k mu A. So this is the simple numeric derivation of single shoe brake. So for anti-clockwise rotation of the drum, similarly, this is the equation, and this is the braking torque. So thank you very much.